What's up guys, Maniacs here, and welcome to Sky Blue. Now, this game is a small kind of demo type game that just came out. It came out late last night on Game Jolt, and it looks really cool. It's got a very interesting art style to it. It looks kind of like watercolors or whatnot, and it's also got a very cool audio like tracks and everything. It's kind of got like a jazz feel, as you guys can probably hear right now, kind of me talking over it. But I guess it's got like an art style from a famous artist and a music style from a famous musician. Sorry, I can't talk today for whatever reason. But anyway, I've never really been into jazz. It's not really my thing, but music is like a huge part of my life. I can't play any instruments, and I can't draw to save my life. I can hardly write my goddamn name. The only thing I've ever been actually good at is playing video games, but this game is supposed to kind of like inspire creativity when it comes to these little aspects. So hopefully some of you are like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Artistically inclined, and you guys will kind of enjoy playing this. I've been playing a lot of like serious and like scary games and whatnot, and this game looked kind of cool, so let's go ahead and jump in and play it. Avoid the forms. Oh, okay, great. Collect the circles, keyboard arrows to control player, escape to start the... Oh, quit the game. Okay, so don't hit escape. Can I use WASD? Oh. Oh, this is really pretty. Okay. Wow, that's kind of cool. So I kind of, alright, my turning is a little weird, but, oh, so that was an actual thing. Okay, I thought that was, so this game is just kind of like a, and that kills me too. Oh, okay, so I actually thought, like, if I've ever played a game like this reminds me of some, like, it reminds me of some arcade games, but I thought that it was going to be like a type of thing where those things were going to, okay, I didn't even get close to it that time. That's bullshit. My hitbox must be weird. Alright, so I probably got like a square hitbox. So that's kind of cool how the creatures are actually kind of like blended in with the background, but it's not something that like is going to come after you, or at least they're not moving now. It's basically you run into them and you die. So I don't know how many of these things I'm actually supposed to grab. But this art style is very cool, and the music is kind of cool. Like I said, I'm not really big into jazz. It's not really something that I'm into. I'm assuming this is jazz style music. I don't know exactly what form this would be. It's not really a style that I listen to a lot, or really at all, actually. I'm more into, like, I really like, I know it might sound weird, but like emotional pieces, or I don't know why I'm holding my arm up. Emotional pieces, or like, not really techno. More, I like dubstep, stuff like that. Depends on the person who's doing it. Like, I can't stand Skrillex. Oh, wow, I just killed myself right there. So I don't really know if there's much of an ending to this. It looks like it's just collecting them. I don't know if there's actual, like, once you beat it. Oh, god damn it, I suck. But this is also like a demo for the game. So there was a comment that the developer actually put on the site on the game for Game Jolt, said that he was actually going to design more levels and that kind of go with the music itself, because this music kind of goes with this. And it's actually really cool. Fucking bug, get off my screen. I can't see. But anyway, like I was saying, I love music. I've never been good at like art or drawing or anything like that, so that's never really piqued my interest. I love game design and stuff like that. That's really cool, but it's nothing that I would ever try to follow through myself, because like I said, I have no talent for that. That's why I'll leave it to everybody else, and I'll just play what your game actually is. I enjoy playing indie games mainly because it's fun to see what games are being developed by like just regular everyday people. Some of them have studios and whatnot, but a lot of the indie games, especially some of the ones that I've played, are just made by like one guy or girl. Sorry, I don't want to offend anybody. And that's cool to wow, I don't know how I didn't die there. But your character, why am I zoomed in? Okay, that's weird. But your character kind of moves pretty well. He's got some weight to him, so you can't like speed through it. But even if when I speed up, the music speeds up, and when I slow down, it kind of slows down. Or at least it seems like it does. That's really cool. That's an interesting thing. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be. I don't know if that's some like artistic like form or something like that. But it's still kind of cool. It's got a cool art style to it. Those things actually interact with me, even though you would think, okay, those are... And I just died again. Those things are like just the background. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm not big on art, but when it comes to music, it's one of the biggest things that I'm into. If like I'm not home recording, or I'm not home like listening to in-game music, like dialogue and stuff like that, I've got headphones on. It's just I love listening to music, mainly because music is something that it's something that you can enjoy. You can select what you actually want to listen to, and that's one of my biggest things. Like, I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing just about everyday world problems. I know they're there, and I don't mean to ignore them, but if there's nothing that I can do about it, I'm just kind of sick of listening to it day in and day out. Like, oh, this person did this person did that. Like, I'm not trying to make it sound like selfish, like, oh my god, all you care about is yourself. But I can control what I listen into. So if I, like, go to the store or something like that, I don't want to listen to people complain or moan or bitch about something. I want to put my headphones on and just listen to what I like to listen to. And that's another thing that kind of goes with game design, is like, this is just something very simple, but obviously you guys can tell that the developer really likes both these artists like forms, whether it's the musician's artist, like his form of like music that you guys can hear in the background, or the regular like painting. I assume this is like painting on canvas or whatnot. Okay, I'm just gonna keep backing up and pray to God I didn't do it. I'm curious if there's something that happens at the end if I actually find all the circles, or if they just keep respawning. But anyway, obviously you guys can tell that this person is passionate about these people, and you can see that in the game, and it's very cool. And that's one thing I love about my music. Like, I don't care what anybody says about what I listen to, and nobody else should either. When it comes to playing video games, when it comes to watching movies, when it comes to watching TV shows, when it comes to listening to music, you should never let anybody put you down for what you enjoy watching or listening to. Like, I'll admit something right now that some of you probably wouldn't even expect. Oh my god, I died. I was actually doing really well too. I like and enjoy watching the My Little Pony show. Whether you guys don't agree with me, that's your decision, not nobody else's. I enjoy watching that show mainly because, not to sound like melodramatic or like this is all about me, but before I started doing videos and stuff like that, I was like depressed for a long time. I know that sounds weird, especially for a 21-year-old. What should I have to be depressed about? But, you know, I don't really do a whole lot. I get up, I go to work, I come home, I record a video, especially now. But before, I was just getting up, going to work, and coming home and doing nothing. Basically watching YouTube or watching TV. All I was really doing. Granted, I got video games I can play and stuff like that, but it kind of gets old when it's the same thing day in and day out. So, I actually found the show mainly based off of a song that I heard, like, it was around season 1 when everybody was talking about, like, Winter Wrap Up. It's one of the most popular songs from that season and whatnot. And I just happened to hear it at, like, the beginning of, like, a commercial or something like that I was watching on YouTube. I was like, wow, that was actually kind of catchy. So I listened to the song again. I was like, wow, okay, why not? Like, so I started watching the show, and it was one of the few things, especially at the time, that actually made me laugh. Like, there wasn't a whole lot, like, back, especially the time when I found this, it was like, like I said, I would come home, I would basically do nothing, and then I would go upstairs and just do nothing. I would hardly talk. Like, my parents split up when I was younger, which that's nothing that bothers me at all. They split up when I was like 2, so I don't even remember it. It sucked growing up, but whatever. But I've lived with my dad, and I would come home and I would just like ignore him and go upstairs and like hide until I had to go to bed and get up and go to work the next day. And it's nothing that I was mad at him for anything. It was just like I didn't want to deal with anything. I didn't want to deal with problems or whatever. And I felt bad, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it, or like to talk or whatnot. And he would ask me what was wrong, and honestly, I didn't really even know either. Like I was just upset all the time, not like crying or anything like that or cutting myself. I never did any of that. But, I'd wake up and I would have bad days, and I would have days that were kind of okay. Like, whoa, I can actually get through this. So music really helped with that. So if anybody's dealing with that, I found my own way to cope with it, like by playing video games and listening to music. But some people need to talk and go through that stuff. So I know this is kind of like, I'm not really basing around the game, but this game is very cool. I like the fact that the music will pick up if you get too close to an enemy, or if you kind of like just how I'm doing now, like I'm going down, the music's kind of going down. It's really cool. Like, developer, I really like your game, and I'm sorry for kind of like stealing just by talking over it. But anyway, oh wow, that was really close. But anyway, I found the show. I watched the first episode. I was like, all right, wow, that actually wasn't as bad as everybody said it was. Oh, it's a show for girls, whatnot. So what? I still enjoy watching a lot of shows from when... Oh, okay, why did my camera do that? That sucked. whatever, I'll just keep playing while I'm talking. But I still watch, like, shows from when I was younger. Like, the original SpongeBob's. They were fucking hilarious. And you could ask anybody. You could ask my dad. And he'll remember stuff from that show because I used to watch it when I was a kid. And it's just stuff that you don't forget. So who cares what people thinks about you and what you watch? It's something that you enjoy. If you want to play video games about Farming Simulator, I don't know, I'm just pulling a random ass game out of the air, play it. Don't let anybody talk you down for it. And that's why I didn't give a shit what people thought of me for watching the show. Now, granted, I wasn't somebody that went out and, like, started wearing shirts or anything like that. I didn't, like, portray it. If somebody asked me or if somebody was putting somebody else down about it, then I would absolutely speak up about it. I used to work at GameStop, actually, full-time. I was an employee there. I was a key holder. I'd be able to open and close a store. It was kind of a cool job. Actually, it was my first job. I wasn't, like, at that point when I started, but it was a cool job, especially for a video game dork like me. And I actually, one day, I was closing by myself. I was there by myself. It was like 6 o'clock at night. It was on a summer night. And there was a kid that came in who he wasn't really a kid. He was probably, I want to guess he was like maybe 16, 17, maybe 18. And he came in and he was just like carousing on the walls, just looking around. He wasn't bothering anybody. He wasn't even really talking with anybody. And he had a sweatshirt that was based around a character called DJ Pony, or Vinyl Scratch is what she's considered as. She's like the character that you always see in the show she's white and she has shades on, glasses, whatever. But anyway, he had a shirt like that, so I assumed, okay, hey, that's kind of cool. I didn't go up and talk to him or anything like that. I went up and asked him, hey, is there something you're looking for? He said, no, I'm not really looking, just browsing, waiting or whatnot. And then these fucking two punks came in and started, like, harassing him. And by harassing him, I mean they were, like, pointing at him, laughing, and they were making comments. And that really pissed me off. Regardless of what you could be wearing, I don't care. Like, nobody has the right to do that. And I literally walked over and told them, you two need to get the fuck out before I call the cops and have you thrown out. Like, I'm not going to deal with that. And they got all, well, you can't. Yes, I can, because I'm the manager on duty at the time. And if you really want to pitch a fit, then I will call the cops and I will have them come and take you out of the store. Well, you can't tell us to get out. Yes, I absolutely can. So I walked over, grabbed the phone, and I told them, you got one more chance before I call the sheriff's department and have them come and throw you out of the store. Finally, they go, whatever, we're not going to shop here anymore. Fine, get the fuck out. Not going to deal with that. And that was a really, I don't know, I felt really, like, I'm not saying I felt courageous or anything, but it felt good, because I can't stand that shit when people put other people down for, stuff they like. I know it kind of goes into, like, the whole racism thing, but I'm not going in with that. So, basically what I'm trying to say is this: if you enjoy something, don't let anybody tell you anything bad about it. And actually, I never really talked to the kid after. I don't think I ever saw him again, but he came over and he's like, hey, thank you, I really appreciate that. And he was a normal person. There wasn't anything weird about him. There wasn't anything wrong with him. I'm a normal person. If you looked at me from, like, if you just saw me walking down the road, you probably would never think that I liked the show. But doesn't matter. If you enjoy something, don't let anybody stop you. Same thing for somebody who wants to develop a game based around something. Like, if you enjoy, like, music, if you want to create music about a specific topic, make it. If other people don't like it, they don't have to listen to it. Same thing with developers. This developer, obviously you guys can tell, like I said, this has, like, passion put into it. This developer really likes this artist's style and their music. It's two separate people. And he made a game about it. That's awesome. I think that's really cool. And I like indie games because it's based around something that somebody enjoys. I know there's new games all the time put out, but you can tell when somebody is passionate about something when they take the time to create something around it. And I really think that's awesome. That's really what I love about indie games. And I know this video is really just, it's basically the same thing. It's me just going around, but I'm mainly trying to do this so it's not just me talking. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Okay, that's probably the last time I'm going to do it. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to say. I know this episode was kind of weird. Developer, I really liked your game. It's really cool. I actually look forward to seeing what other levels you design and what, like, more music you go with it, because I want to see how you develop that. I really like the aspect of the music going with your character. Like, when I got close to an enemy, it would pick up, and then when I got farther away, it would slow down. So that's a really cool design. It's very simple. There's nothing special about the graphics or anything like that, but it's a very cool piece, and it feels like your character's floating around on a canvas. And if you guys want to check this game out for yourself, I'll put a link to the game in the comment section below. But like I was saying before, it doesn't matter Like, I know I've said it a couple times, but it really doesn't matter what you enjoy. If you enjoy doing something, if you enjoy playing a certain game, listening to certain music, watching a certain show, don't ever let anybody talk you down about it. Doesn't matter. As long as you're not trying to cram it down somebody's throat, like, oh, you have to do this, you have to listen to this. If you like that music, you suck, you have to listen to this music. If you're like that, fine, you're an asshole, go fuck yourself. But if you're somebody who enjoys something and you're not trying to bother anybody, you're not doing anything to anybody about it, just enjoy what you want to do. And that's why I'm doing this. And I'm not trying to say you guys should feel bad for me. Oh, he was depressed for a while. And then I started watching the show. It was a lot of fun. I started actually talking to more of my friends. And it kind of picked my spirits up. I know that sounds really lame, especially for somebody who's 21. But that's how I coped with it. I found something that I enjoyed. And like I was saying, I watch a lot of old shows. Avatar: The Last Airbender, a show that came out when I was younger on Nickelodeon. It's still one of the best shows Nickelodeon ever produced. I love watching that show. I actually own all the box sets. You know, some people might think, oh, that show's for kids. I don't care. I like watching it. And if you don't like watching it, you don't have to. And I'm not going to force anybody to it. So, I know this episode was kind of weird, but, you know, I just wanted to kind of say that out loud. And I'm not saying you guys should berate other people for it, or if you guys should think I'm somebody's... No, I'm just a normal guy that likes what I like, and I'm not going to try and shove it down anybody else's throat. So, I know this episode, like I said, this episode's been really weird, and I'm sorry, developer, I kind of talked over your game. There wasn't a whole lot there. It was basically the art and everything. This game was really cool, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game for what it was. Sorry for my rambling the whole time. I just got on a topic and I started talking, so... Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this game for what it was. Check the game out for yourself if you're into this style of music or into this style of like graphics, or if you like this artist for whatever reason, somebody might actually like it. So anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. Check out some of the other videos that I've done, and I will see you guys next time. Maniacs out. Oh good, we're gonna go to the red light now. Let's go to the red light, because you know, red light could be love. I mean, we still have this. That baby is really fantastic, and the game is lovely.